Hey guys, just before this video starts, I wanted to say that I really wanted to do a review of the Nova, but unfortunately I don't have any other similar unit to compare it to, like the Arri S30, and I've only just had the delivery and I really need a bit more time with it to make a proper review. So this video is going to be purely just about showing different lighting setups that you can do with the Nova. With that being said, let's just crack on with the video. Whenever I want to add a bit of color to my scene, I usually either use the Quasar Science tubes, the Aputure Titan tubes, or the Arri S30 or S60. The problem with the Arri S30 and S60 is that they're very expensive, so we usually have to hire them, so I've never actually owned any of these lights. And this is where the Nova comes in, because the Nova is so much cheaper than the S30, which is the next comparable thing to the Nova. Now with the Aputure Titans, they're great and they have the built-in batteries and they last for up to 2 hours and they look pretty cool. They can be in the shot and you can put them in small tricky little places. But again, the power that they have is nowhere near the Nova, and the same with the Quasar Science. The Quasar Science don't have a battery built in, but you can get battery adapters and run them off batteries. And this is where the Nova kind of stands out, because it has just a lot more power and a lot of easy color capabilities. So the first lighting setup that I wanted to try was to use the Nova as my background light. So this was quite simple. I simply just put the softbox with a grid and I picked an intensity of about 1% to just add a bit of color to my background. And that was quite easy to use using the smartphone, the Sidus app that Aputure provide. As my key light, I used the Aputure 120D with the mini dome with softbox and the grid, and I kind of went with that as my key light to just go for that kind of dramatic and high contrast look. For a practical, I used the Aputure B7C, which again is very simple to use and very easy to control with the Sidus app. And I put that to about 5% intensity and I picked a really warm color to match the candlelight behind me. The next lighting setup that I tried was to use the Nova as my key light, and I put the Nova at 45 degrees for myself and I put the softbox on it with a grid again. And unfortunately, I have to say the softbox that Aputure sell for the Nova just felt a bit cheap, so if you want something better, maybe the OP choice will be a better option for that. So I used a negative fill to my other side, take away a bit of light and add a bit of contrast to my face, and again I used the Aputure B7C as my practical. The next lighting setup that I tried was to put a 6x6 diffusion frame in front of my Nova with its softbox and grid on to just add an extra layer of diffusion, and this gave me a much softer light and much softer shadows. And again, I used the Aputure B7C, but I also added the Aputure Titan as my background light. The final lighting setup that I really wanted to try was to bounce the light, or to do somewhat of a book lighting setup. I basically directed the Nova towards my white wall, I bounced it off the white wall, I set the intensity to about 100% and I put my 6x6 diffusion frame with the grid in front of that to create that kind of book shape. In my opinion, this gave me the softest light and the softest shadows, and I think I quite like this look, so I might be using this lighting setup going forward. But yeah, I had to set the intensity to 100% because I'm taking away so much light when I'm bouncing it, and then again I have another diffusion frame and all of that takes away from the light. So yeah, these were my quick lighting setups. There are many other applications that the Nova can be used for, obviously, but I thought I'd share a quick demo. So yeah, I think I'm liking the Nova so far. The app was so simple to use. I loved how easy it was and intuitive to pick the colors and choose the intensity and really kind of finesse the look that you're after. There are many other options that you can do with the light. It's got these built-in effects as well that I don't really think I'll ever use, but they're there if we need them. So yeah, I think that'll do it for me, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.